Hello, good morning, everybody. Andy Demi here from the London Trade Institute. Welcome to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to use sentiment in order to predict when the markets are going to go up. And we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how the fear and greed index have been a really good predictor of when the market is likely to go up. And I'm going to show you exactly where we are right now relative to the market and what I think is going to happen next in Bitcoin. Now, before we get to it, if you are new to our channel, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and do like our video if you're enjoying the content that we're putting out, because it really helps us out and gets us out to more people. With that being said, guys, let's get straight to it. Let me get my chart up. So, as I was saying, the crypto fear and greed index. Now, if you want to check this out for yourself, it's on the alternative.me website. And it's really, really powerful because, the reality is that most people, if they're buying and selling on emotion, most people don't want to buy Bitcoin when it's going down because it feels wrong, right? Because you're almost sure you're going to almost certainly go into a loss because the market's going down. But actually, professional investors, that's where they make their money. They buy as the market goes down. So you just have to almost do the counterintuitive thing. Of course, most people are buying when the market's going up, right? Because they're excited and they don't want to miss out. But actually, that's often the worst time. And I'm going to show you I'm going to go through some examples here using the crypto fear index to show you exactly what that looks like. So if you have a look at this chart here, this goes back to all the way back to February 2018. And what you can see here, guys, is when the market goes closer to 100, it basically means that people are really greedy. Okay. And then when the market goes down to, to these kind of levels, 20, 10, and so on towards zero, it means people are really fearful. Now, what you want to be looking to do is to buy when people are fearful and to sell when people are greedy, because greed is often the top and fear is often the bottom. Now, if you have a look, what's interesting right now is that this is where we are currently. Okay, this is where we are currently. So we are in the kind of lower part of this index, which basically means we're in the fear part of this index, which means that from a sentiment point of view, the market is more likely to go up. Now, if we kind of look at some examples here, the last time we were kind of here in this area here was June 2021. So let's go check it out. What does June 2021 look like? Well, let's have a look. Let's go back to June 2021. Here it is. So look where Bitcoin was the last time we had a reading below 20, June 2021. This is where we were. And look what happened. The market went up. It went up significantly. So from here, it went up all the way up 139% in 147 days, so half a year approximately, and even less than half a year. And then if we just take a look at, well, let's do it this way. When was the top here? So the top was around October 21. Let's have a look. October, November 2021. Where was that? That was right there. Have a look. See how the greed index here was basically above, we were above 80, and then that's when the market topped. So let's go check out another example. Let's go back a little bit further. So here we have, December 2020. Let's have a look to see what that looks like. And it's not going to be perfect, by the way. This is just a sentiment indicator, and you can kind of use it to help you, right? So December 2020 was here. So this one did actually end up going a little bit higher. So if we just have a look here, December 2020. So that was here. It stayed kind of like above 40 all the way until sort of Feb 2021, March 2021 is where it eventually, and that's when it eventually did top. So this one stayed above 40. It didn't go into the real fearful part, so it carried on, and then eventually the market crashed. And then let's go back and see if there's any others that are relevant. So we have here March 2020 was a fear point. Let's go have a look at that. March 2020 was around here. And look at that, guys. That literally was the bottom. That was pretty much the bottom before we had this explosive move higher. So again, you know, from that kind of point, the market went up 1,400% in, you know, how long was that? Just over a year, okay, from March to April. So that's just so that's just kind of showing you something really important. And the reason I'm showing that to you is because, you know, when the point where most people are fearful is the wrong point. You know, that fear is not serving you right now. In my opinion, what we ought to be doing is we ought to be buying. Now, you might say to me, but look, Andy, it's at 37,000. Everyone's saying it's going to go to 30. Yes, it might go to 30. But here's the thing I want you to kind of consider. You know, if we go back over here, for example, let's say we were buying here, right, at 5,800, and the market ended up doing what it did, which is basically it ended up going, you know, a little bit lower. Okay, this might be the equivalent of where we are now, for example. But here's the thing that I want you to consider. Okay, you didn't buy the bottom, but do you think you would be caring right now if you had bought here, had to sit through a little bit of drawdown, and then eventually see your gains astronomical? Like if you had bought here, for example, well, look, you wouldn't be too disappointed if you were getting, you know, near enough 1,000% gain. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Right now, we're not only from a sentiment point of view, but also it just, you know, you want to be buying value. You don't want to be buying greed. You don't want to be buying up here. You want to be buying here. And even if we go to 30,000, okay, so if we go to 30,000, and even if we go here, okay, you might say, well, look, I've bought here and I should have waited to buy here. Maybe you'll say that to yourself, but actually what you should be saying to yourself is, you know, if this market, wherever it ends up going, ends up doing something like that, do you want to be just trying to catch the absolute bottom, or do you want to just be averaging in and accumulating your position? And if it goes lower and you can afford it and you have the funds, then you could also just be picking some up down here, even better. Because eventually, you know, as long as we are correct in our projection of Bitcoin is going to hit 100,000 at some point. And you don't want to kind of be sitting on the sidelines thinking about, you know, whether it's the best time to buy or not. So, of course, guys, goes without saying, this is just my opinion, and it's certainly not investment advice, but I am a buyer. Okay, I'm a buyer, and I'm not trying to pick the bottom. And what I'm also doing is I'm trading actively so that I'm building my own account up and then investing it back into spot. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button if you did, and hit the subscribe button. And do join us over at the Crypto and FX Traders Club on Facebook if you're not already part of our community, where we post regular content and we help you along your trading journeys. So that is all from me today. I do wish you a great day. I hope you enjoyed the content. Good trading, good investing, and I'll catch you again soon with another video. Take care.